If you're not part of the King program, you need to get in. Got some juicy information that's coming in the WhatNot course. But once again, I have a mentorship program that's $15,000. It's not for everybody. Email me and we could discuss it if you'll be a good fit. Also, everyone should be a member of the King program. If you can't afford the $3,000, sign up for the payment plan. I'm telling you. Be sure to watch this video from the beginning end. All right, today was the first official day on selling on WhatNot. And we ran into more errors from procedure and setup than we actually did selling. We actually sold like 8 things, but we had issues. And let me explain the big issue. The shipping can be a little tricky. And that was one big issue with the shipping. But we did not do dollar starts. We sold one piece for $45 on our first day, which tells me we could sell $180, $200, $300 pieces in the future. And one of the things that's I'm seeing is a lot of people will go on and WhatNot and start with those dollar starts. That's a recipe for disaster. Starting at $1. We started at $10. We started at $10, $15, $20, $25, and $145. And tomorrow we've got like these pieces here. Let me pull one out. These are expensive. Wholesale cost for these is $90 a piece. $90 a piece, right? So tomorrow we're going to start them off at $100. Now that's not a lot of profit because let's see, take 8% of 100. That's $8, I believe. We may start them off at 125. Let's see, 125 minus 8% pulls us down to 115. So yeah, we're going to do 125 on those. So the thing is, I'm like, I don't even, well, actually, I do have her picture. This is the second host. She's got a character of herself. She got on there and she was selling. WhatNot isn't like YouTube. It isn't like TikTok. It's very, very different. Hired my third person today. I got to strategize because I got to figure out some stuff here. I got to figure it out. I'm going to work on that tonight. And then if we had been properly set up, because the thing is with WhatNot, you get in there, the day was a learning day. It was a learning day, right? So if we had been set up like tomorrow we'll know exactly what we're dealing with, because tomorrow I'm going to set it up where the thing's already set up and it's going to be very different. And one of the things you have to do, and this is, I've got bags for it, is literally take, after a sale, take and write their name on it. Very, very important. That way you don't get mixed up and all this other stuff, because I had to send 3 people. It's like, what'd you buy? Because, I don't want to send someone the wrong thing just thinking, oh, I'll just ask them. It's like, it's our first day. We make mistakes. And I think it's better off to ask them what they ordered versus just sending some and hoping that it's the right thing. But this tells me that this is going to be a $300,000 a month business. Why? We were messing up. We didn't have the setup. We were making mistakes. We were making errors. And we still made money. Nothing we sold today was sold at a loss. Nothing. Everything actually made money. And tomorrow we're going to do the same thing. And this is why everyone talks about WhatNot. Only the deal seekers. Only the deal seekers. You know why you're only coming across the deal seekers? Because you have not sat down and studied WhatNot like I did. I watched 100 hours of WhatNot content. 100. This is just day one, right? And by next week, we'll be fully optimized. We'll probably be making 100 to 200, 300 sales per day. Per day. And this is right after Christmas. Right after Christmas. Let's see. Well, Like, and then when we move these guys, these silver hoops, that's going to go off tomorrow. Because one of the things is when you buy it silver, they weigh it. Some of it they weigh, and some of it they sell by price. And then like all of this was sold by weight, and these are expensive. And I had to kind of guess because they sold it by weight, and it was hard for me to determine. So I just guessed high versus guessing low. So tomorrow, like this guy, this thin guy, we could do 25 on that one and be safe. But the thicker ones, we need to be in 40 or $50, and that's what we're going to do. And this week is going to be about getting this stuff set up and doing it. But I am very, very excited. First day making sales. I've literally watched people go on WhatNot, start with dollar auctions, and then they get discouraged because they're not making no money. And here's the thing: the people who bid the dollar, there's a huge crowd, and they have a collected ceiling. Give you an example. This is something I won off of there. I just sat and watched what the maximum bid would be. I won that. It was like $25. And I started winning every auction that I wanted to because I put in what's called a nuclear bid. Most people are not trying to get it. They're trying to get the deal. They're not trying to get the item. They're trying to get the deal. And this creates a problem for the seller because there's a bunch of people who have a threshold. It's like, boom, this threshold here represents the deal. Anything above that is not the deal, and they're not going to go up. They're just not going to go up. So for you to actually make money, you need to sell your stuff that if one person bids, you make money. That's how you have to price your stuff. And like I said, I said this, and I'm glad I didn't go do this for Christmas. But once we get organized, amplified, activated, I see 200, 300, 400 sales a day once we get set up. And let's just go ahead and do a little math on it. Let's just say we made $3 profit per item, but it's going to be higher than that. I can already see that. But let's say $300 profit per item times 400. That's $1,200 a day in profit times 6. I'm going to tell you why I'm not opening Sunday right now. That's $7,200 times 4. That's $28,000 profit at $3 profit per item, right? Now, why I'm not opening Sundays? I'm going to need a manager type to be here before we go to Sundays because I'll be here a lot, and I'm hiring another girl to work during the day, so a lot of stuff will be during the day, and then my second shift girl is going to work Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights, and then I'll have Tuesdays and Thursdays off, and Saturday nights off, and then I'll be off completely all day Sunday. But once I hire that manager person, then we go to 7 days and we'll be fully optimized. It may take the whole month to get that person. It might. But once again, in the night, I got to work on TikTok stuff because here's the thing. Let me just give you the math. And this is not crazy. Let's say in TikTok and WhatNot work pretty much the same. So we're going to take a $5 item. Let's see, we're going to do 6 hours, 6 times 60, 360 minutes, okay? 360 minutes, and we just do times 1, times 5. That's $1,800, right? Times that times 2. $1,800 on WhatNot, $1,800 on TikTok. That's $3,600 a day profit times 6. That's $21,600 profit per week times 4. $86,400 profit per month. This is why once we get fully optimized, I can pay people $50 an hour. Easy. Let's go ahead and just say, all right, so that's 86,000. And let's just go ahead and say we have three hosts, three hosts times 50. Highest pay, 50. And let's times six. That's $900 a week times four. That's $3,600. $3,600 out of 80 something thousand. Easy to pay. So one of the things that's going to happen is I'm going to develop a very loyal staff. A very loyal staff, because they're not going to be able to make the kind of money elsewhere that they can make here. And I will pay them generously. I will. So I'm really, really excited. And then I need to go get some Valentine's Day stuff, because that's a big holiday coming up. And then I got to go to the mart. And also, I left my employee here by herself, and she made sales by herself. See, I'm not going to build this where I got to be here. That's not the way I'm building this. And literally, once I get the management types in, the first one, then I'm going to hire another manager. And what that means is I'll have WhatNot going on over here. I'll have TikTok going on over there. And guess what? I'll be building another economic engine. I'm probably going to get around the hand purses, but that's like a few months down the road. So the women who work for me are going to be freaking thrilled, because they'll be able to get jewelry at cost. They'll be able to get furniture. Oh, yeah, furniture. Let me go ahead and give you the economic engines. Number one, online courses. Number two, YouTube. Number three, the sterling silver WhatNot business. Number four, the TikTok WhatNot business. Number five, the vintage antique business on WhatNot. Number six, the vintage antique business on TikTok. Number seven, storage auctions. That's money. Storage auctions on TikTok. And then there's a few things, storage auctions on Facebook Marketplace. But in about 4 months, I'm going to have 10 economic engines. And each engine will be capable of doing 100 G's a month by itself. So 4 months from now, I'm going to have a business that will be generating $1 million a month in profit. Easy. And I say easy because I really expect it to be about 1.5 to 2 million per month in not one, not two, not three, but 4 months from today. 4 months from today. And you get to watch me do it, and you get to watch me put this together, because I'll be talking about it and I'll be giving you updates. And the people who are in the King program, they're going to get the juicy details. They're going to get the money, cost of goods, all this other stuff. So if you really, really want to know how to make some money on WhatNot, go ahead and get into it. We're going to get into the AI income machine. That's what's going to be the webinar on March 18th, not March 18th, January 18th. And then after January 18th, we're going to have a webinar every week. So the time to get in is now. Links are below.